Hi everyone, this is Orion. I just want to say thank you for coming to my YouTube page, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Please also click like, pass a comment and share with others, and those that have shared this my videos with other people on their YouTube channel, thanks so much for that. It means a lot to me. Now with this, what I'm going to talk about now in this video, I don't know where it's going to go. I'm just going to basically talk about whatever comes into my mind. So the first thing I want to talk about is how I receive spirit, and that is I'm a medium, and I pick up energies around me. I've had this from when I was a child. I could say I'm a sensitive, and a lot of people that are sensitive to spirit have had this since they were a child, that they've been able to have this ability. And when I was a child, it was quite scary for me to have these experiences, some of them. And growing up as a young child in primary school and even in high school, and having these things happening, a lot of people thought that I had a problem with communication, and I was very quiet when I was younger, and a lot of people thought also that I had a problem with concentration, which in actual fact I had these spirits talking to me all the time, these voices talking to me. But if you share it with anyone back then, they'll say, you need a psychiatric assessment, I might have schizophrenia or something like that. Not knocking anyone that has got a mental illness, but people are likely to think that because they're not. A lot of people don't think spirit. They don't think. There's a lot of people out there that don't think spirit can talk to people, and that it's just a load of rubbish, basically. But this is something that I've had from when I was a child, and it was only until I got older that I actually started using it more and more and listening to them. So how they communicate with me, well, when I was a child, as I say, it was very scary, and I'd have some things happen, and I didn't want to sleep. There was one time I had a really scary thing happen when I was in my bedroom, and I didn't want to sleep without the light on. I was just like 6 years of age, and it was just so scary for me. And there's many other experiences that I've had when I was a child, and growing up as a child with this particular gift, the complications and the problems it can cause for me, and not being able to express what I'm going through with people around me. I talk about that in my last article, which is in Alternative Spirit magazine, Australian magazine. So you'll have to go to their website or go to their Facebook page to find out more information in regards to that, and read my article, because it's a really good article that I wrote about about growing up. And also I also talk about different groups that I've been in, and different esoteric groups and spiritual magic working groups, and also some of the work that I've done myself to get me to where I am now, some of the training that I've done, how I've been initiated, and through that initiation that opened the door to more understanding about spirit and the spirit world, and I could see things even more clearly. And some of the ways, I guess people might be asking, how do spirit actually communicate with me? So outside of instrumental trans-dimensional communication, well, some of the ways they communicate with me is I might be just sitting here now like this, and then I'll have like a ringing in my ear, and it'll be like a really high-pitched ringing in my ear, like a frequency sort of pitch, and it'll just be like, it'll be in one ear, and then it could swap to the other ear, or it could be both ears, but it'll only last for a certain amount of time, and it'll be like short term, like maybe about a minute, if that. And so I haven't got any ear damage. It's not to do with that, because the way that it comes through, it's just all of a sudden, and it'll just stop just as suddenly as it starts. And that's one way that they communicate with me. Another way is I'll hear a voice within, or I hear a voice outside me. there was one time I had a distinct voice saying the phone's going to ring at your work. And then the phone rang. My mobile phone was in another room. I already got up, and I walked over towards my phone as it started ringing. I have things like that, and they speak to me that way. Another way is sometimes I see them, sometimes I don't. I don't always see spirits, but there's times where, you know, like I've gone to the hospital and I've seen patients at the hospital and people that are quite ill and quite sick, and they've got spirits around them. Sometimes they've got not very good spirits around them. I found with a lot of sick people, there's spirits around them that are just like clinging to them or latching onto them, like I call them like parasites. They just latch onto people and they drain their energies, and sometimes they make people really sick, and they're called spirit attachments. That's what I call them. And I can see them walking with people. I can see them on, like, got their claws into people. You know, they're right on top of people. They're almost like they're not in their bodies, but they're like one person I saw that was sick, and they had the spirit on his back, and he was clinging onto his back, digging into his skin and stuff like that. And this person didn't even know this person was in the psych ward. So there's things like that I've experienced, and that's just one of the ways. That can be very frightening in itself, because you know, if you're not, so I've experienced this most of my life, but if someone's just developed this, and anyone can have psychic abilities. Everyone's got gifts, psychic gifts. It's just a matter of knowing what they are and asking your guides and things like that to show them to you. Basically, not everybody has it from birth, from a young age. Not everybody's as sensitive, but some people develop it later on in their age, or they do different spiritual techniques or methods of training, like say meditation, deep meditation, or trance mediumship and stuff like that, to develop it. And they open their third eye that way, things like that. I'm running at the moment. I've got started a page on my Facebook, on my YouTube, not my YouTube, on my website called the Modern Esoteric Temple of Baphomet. And with the Modern Esoteric Temple of Baphomet, it's based on the different symbols that are in Baphomet, in the statue of Baphomet, and each of those symbols represent different things to apply into your life. And if you apply it into your life, it will help you to open up your third eye. And I'll be talking a lot about the Kundalini spirit, and also the chakras and the main chakras, and which go up through the middle of you, which is part of the Kabbalah, which is the middle pillar, and talk about the left and right hand path, and the middle path, and the balance between the two. And, you know, I'll cover stuff like that, which once the serpent within is awakened, and it moves up into your pineal gland. I'll talk about the pineal gland and what that means to you, and also the third eye with your frontal lobe, how the frontal lobe plays a big part in psychic abilities as well. So, and I'm going to cover stuff like that on that particular page, because it's all related to Baphomet. You know, a lot of people think negative stuff about Baphomet, but it's not actually related to anything negative if people really understand what it is. And it represents male and female, because God is neither male or female, yet he's both. So, and that's the way it is. That's the way the God force of the universe is. There's no black magic and there's no white magic. There's just magic. It all comes down to the person doing the magic, you know, and their motivation behind it, and how they do it, and why they do it, and what they're doing it for. Because we have free will. We have free will. It's our choice what we have. We've been given these gifts and these powers. It's up to us how we use it. We can use it for good, or we can use it to harm someone. And I prefer to use it for good. But if I'm going to be coming under attack by someone, someone's going to send some spiritual entity to attack me or to harm me, I'm going to protect myself, and the way I protect myself is through the entities that are around me that are protecting me. And if something comes my way, they're going to send that same entity back to that person, and that person's going to cop it. And that's not me sending it back to them to harm them, because let me get myself clear here. I'm not into harming anyone. I'm dead against harming people. That's not my thing that I want to do, harm people. But if someone sends something to me, the beings that are helping me are going to look after me, and one of the ways they look after me is they'll send the same thing back to them. Not very nice, I know, but it's their doing. It's not me. It's not me sending it. You know, it's just going to go straight back to them. It's like a trampoline. It hits me and bounces straight back to them. So, and I can see things coming. I can feel things. I know when someone's attacking me, or I know, because people do attack each other. You know, one occultist might attack another occultist. You know, these things happen. You know, one spiritual group, a dark spiritual group, like a black magic group will send harm to another black magic group. You know, stuff like that. You know, there is people out there that got the power. They've got these powers to be. It's not their power. They've got these spiritual powers around them that are very dark, and they use them to affect someone else's life. And often these people that they affect don't even know that this is going on, that what's happening to them, that someone's sending them something to them to attack them. But I'm very alert and aware in that sort of area, because it's something that I know a lot about, and I know when I'm coming under attack. And I might just come under attack by spirits just normally, you know. When I say normally, not by someone else's doing. You know, it might just be a bad spirit or something. And getting back onto when I see sick people, you know, I've seen sick people in the hospital with spirits around them that are latched onto them and attached to them. And I just feel sorry for these people. They don't even see, or they don't even know that what's happening to them. They think that why they're getting so much bad luck happening in their life, or nightmares, and why they're sick all the time, and why they're getting one problem after another, or one piece of bad luck after another. And they don't know that they've got these spirits that are around them. There's energies. I don't know if you've ever gone into a store and then someone's walked in and stood next to you, and you don't even know the person, and you can feel the energy of the person next to you. It's a real strong energy, and you can feel something's just not right about that person. Very strong negative energy you can feel, and you don't even know the person. That's pretty much the step towards being a sensitive, and that is an actual gift, a sensitive gift, a spiritual gift, if you like. That is a psychic ability, and you can work on that and help that by learning to read auras and things like that. I can't actually see people's auras all the time, but if they're against up the front doing a talk or something like that, or a lecture behind it, and they've got a white wall behind them, and I stare at them long enough, I start to see outlines around them, and then I start to see colours. So in that way I can see people's auras and things like that, and people's auras rub off on other people's auras if you're close by. That's why I hate being in crowds, you know, like New Year's Eve and things like that, going in the city and stuff like that, where you're crammed in around with hundreds of people around you and stuff like that, and you're picking up, well, me, because I'm a sensitive, I'm picking up all kinds of energies coming at me. And I don't like it, to be honest. I have to when I get home, I have to go through like a grounding and a cleansing. I have to have a cleansing bath or something like that, and get all this negativity out of my aura because of the people that I've come in contact with, or someone's touched me and stuff like that. And you know, there's been times where, you know, with my jewellery, someone's come up to me and go, oh, that's it, you know, at work, and that's an interesting jewellery, can I just touch it? And they touch it and put their energies onto it, or they're just attracted to the jewellery you got and they touch it. So they not only put their energies into it, but then you don't know about these people and what's in their life and what's happening in their life. And I don't really like people touching my jewellery, particularly if it's something that's around my neck. It's a protection thing for me, or something to do with my spiritual work. But people seem to be always drawn towards the neck. Oh, that's an interesting necklace you got there, and they want to touch it. You know, so things like that, I don't like that happening to me. What else can I talk about? Yeah, I said about how I can see spirits and how I can have the ringing in my ears. Another way is through smell. Sometimes, you know, I can smell cigarettes, I can smell perfume, roses, and there's been times where I smelt sulphur, and there's been times where I've been so overwhelmed by it that I got headaches. I went outside one day and I could smell sulphur. It was like it was so strong, and my partner was with me, and I said, "Can you smell that?" And she said, "I can't smell anything." I said, "It's only me that can feel it." And that's another thing. It's hard when you're with someone that doesn't want to. What I'm trying to say is when spirits just particularly wanting to communicate with me, that's all they'll communicate with. Like if you've got a gift, if you're a psychic, and you're with a lot of people, but 9 times out of 10 they won't feel what you're feeling. It'll only be you feeling it. They'll make it so you only feel it and no one else. Like I was in a room with someone and I felt a breeze go past and I said, "Did you feel that?" And they said, "No, I could feel it. I felt the breeze go straight across my face. It went through me. It went right through me, and I had a chill afterwards." Yeah, it was a spirit that was in that house at that time. I was with a group of family members, and it was a birthday. It was someone's birthday, and it was a rented house. And yeah, I felt the breeze go straight through me. And it turns out it wasn't a spirit of a relative come to see the birthday. It was a spirit that was actually in that rented house, that had been in that rented house. And these people, they didn't stay long in that house because a few bad luck things were happening to them while they were in that house. So it's good that they got out of there. So, you know, things like that. You'll feel something, but the person next to you won't feel anything because it's you that they're communicating with. And these are the ways they communicate. It's not that they want to scare you or they want to frighten you. It's because they want to communicate. And that's what you've got to look at it at. Like if your TV, I've had my TV go off, and then so I went into the computer, turned on the computer because I wanted to type a message on Facebook to someone, and the computer went off. So then I went to my phone, and because I wanted to finish that message that I was sending, and I was typing on my phone, and then my phone shut down. 3 things in one like that. That's obvious where it's coming from. It's coming from spirit. It's not a coincidence that something like that happens. This is another way how they communicate, and that's through electronics. And that brings me to my next thing, and that is people might say, why do you use electronics to communicate with people, with souls on the other side, when you can communicate them through trance, mediumship, or meditation, or the senses, your senses? And the reason being is because there's a lot of the spirits that I communicate with are earthbound spirits. And the thing is with earthbound spirits is that some of them can communicate through electronics and some can't. And some don't want to. Some would rather communicate through other psychic means and through other mediumship ways, and others would rather use electronics. I don't really know why that is, and I haven't actually found out why that is, but that's just the way it is. So that's why I use both. And another reason is you could go somewhere and see a psychic, and the psychic will say, like to the people in the audience, "I can feel, like Paul, I can feel that you've had some problems in your life, something to do with your family. There's been some kind of strife, and anyone could say that. Most people have had some sort of strife in their life, so that's very, very vague sort of way of looking. I'm not saying all mediums that do that up the front, cold readings, I'm not saying that they're all fake, but there is some fake people out there, and I'm not fake. What I do is what I do, and this is just how I am, and that's why I like to allow Spirit to communicate through the electronics as well. So I have my guides and entities that I work with can communicate. They allow me to record their voices on electronic devices, and also show their images through the photos, so people can see that it is real, what I work with, that it's not fake. So that's why I do that sort of thing. I haven't actually been in a particular investigation group as yet. No one's invited me to be a part of the investigation group of to do with the paranormal, but I'm sure that if they did, I've got a lot of things that I could help them with, and through my gifts that I've got and been given, that I would be of great benefit to them, because I'm a sensitive, and because of some of the other methods that I use, and the things that I can feel and pick up on. And another thing with a good thing about the software that's coming out now, if you've got a portable computer, you can have the software running and you can take it with you when you go on these investigations. So that's what's good about this new software that's coming out, that I've demonstrated and shown just recently on YouTube, on some of my YouTube videos just recently. This software, because it's I reckon it's great software. Software is getting better and better, and so is the applications for the phones to do with the paranormal are getting better and better. And I think, as I said in some of my other videos, I think there's going to be a big future for these things, these actual devices and electronic software and applications, because you can use them on investigations on your phone or on your computer. So you can take them with you on your portable computer to the investigation, and as well as setting up cameras, and they can work alongside whatever else you're doing, plus your own mediumship abilities as well. So that's good. I think that's going to be a beneficial thing that's going to happen in the future. What else was I going to say? Another thing, the reason I've been making a lot more videos on YouTube is because in the past I've been communicating a lot, talking to people on Facebook, and I've sort of neglected people and their comments here on YouTube, and I want to interact more with people here on YouTube, and answer more people's questions here on YouTube, make more videos here on YouTube. So that's what I've been doing. I've been making some more videos, and I've been trying to comment more on people's comments that they've left on YouTube. Also leave comments on other people's YouTube channels and videos as well, and stuff like that. It's also, I've wanted to look at other people's YouTube videos, which I haven't done much of in the past, and I'm sorry. So those that have subscribed to me, that do paranormal work as well, that's what I've been doing and will be doing, continuing to do, and that is to check out your videos when I get the time to do so, and leave some comments and things, and hopefully that'll be encouraging as well too, just to show the support back to you for what you've done to me, like promoting my videos and things. What else can I talk about? Maybe the next video, it might not be, it might be the one after that. The next video might be another one with EVP ghost box session, but the one after that will be where I answer a lot of people's questions, because over the years people have asked me a lot of questions on Facebook and YouTube and even in email. So I'll be probably getting a whole lot of questions from people that people have put it together on a bit of paper, and then I'll read through it and answer those questions the best I can. Some I mightn't be able to answer, but hopefully I'll be able to answer quite a few of them for you, so that might help. What else can I talk about at the moment with this video? That's probably where I'm going to leave it now. And I've shared a bit about my life, and you know how I receive images, and you know, like I might have a picture come into my head as well. That's another way they communicate. Through dreams is another way. I have them communicate through dreams, and sometimes I write down the dreams straight away, because in the morning you'll forget them. So as soon as I have the dream and wake up, I've got a pad and pen next to my bed. I write it down. It's like a journal, and I look back on it and say, yeah, that did happen, you know. Or I can see what they're saying there now. I couldn't when I actually got the dream, but now I can see what they're saying. And most times when dreams come through, I'm not a dream. That's not one of my areas where I actually. That's not a gift that I have where I actually can interpret dreams. But I know people on Facebook that are in my friends list that can do that. But one of the things I do know is that most of what comes through in dreams is symbolic. So you don't take it literally. For example, water. If you're getting a lot of water, or if you're in the sea and you feel like you're drowning or something, you went out into the ocean and a wave comes over, washes over you several times, and then you go under and you can't breathe. If you're having something like that, it means that you've become overwhelmed by emotion in your life, that it's getting the better on top of you, and you feel like you've got the sinking feeling and you can't get out of it. That's just an example. Water always represents emotion when it comes to dreams and things like that. Yep. So that's just one thing that comes to dreams. There's many ways they communicate with me. I've just only shared a few of them. Anyway, guys, I think I'll leave it there. I think I've talked enough. I've gone for 27 minutes now. So have a great day. I look forward to hearing from you and comments on this video. Whether you think it was worth it, what I put here or not, please let me know. Thanks, guys, because it all helps. It helps me with when you leave comments, whether negative or positive, it helps me to know what you want to hear for further videos down the track. Okay, bye.